Have you ever wondered what's really happening behind the scenes on your Elementor pages? Which widgets are slowing down your site, or why certain elements aren't displaying as expected? Hi, I'm Alvise, your plugin buddy, and today I'm excited to introduce you to Dynamic Inspector for Elementor, a powerful front-end debugging tool that gives you X-ray vision into your Elementor pages. If you've been using dynamic content for Elementor, you might already know our front-end navigator feature that it's been helping developers inspect their pages for years, but now we've completely rebuilt it with a modern code base, improved performance metrics and a cleaner interface. But here's the best part, we're releasing it as a free standalone plugin on WordPress.org. That means that anyone can use it, whether you have dynamic content for Elementor or not. Thanks to Dynamic Inspector, you'll be able to see the complete structure of your page and identify slow widgets affecting the performance. You can also discover hidden elements and understand why they're hidden, find which settings are using dynamic tags, and finally jump directly to edit any element in Elementor. So let's dive in. Accessing Dynamic Inspector is pretty simple. When you're logged in as an administrator and viewing any page on the front end of your site, you'll see a new item in your WordPress admin bar called Frontend Inspector. This tool is only for administrators, so your site visitors will never see it, and it won't affect your page load times for regular users. So to activate Dynamic Inspector, just click on Frontend Inspector over here and you'll see a brief loading animation while the inspector analyzes the page structure and scans all the widgets and measures the performance of the page. Once loaded, you'll see the inspector panel on the right side of the screen, and this is the command center where you can understand everything about your Elementor page. So the first thing you'll see in the panel is the main area, which shows your element tree, which is like a kind of hierarchical view of every Elementor element on the page. And at the top, you'll see the page document, and when you expand it, it reveals the containers, widgets, so exactly as they appear in Elementor. So basically this matches the navigator panel you see in the Elementor editor, but in this case you're viewing it directly on the live front end. As you can see, each element shows its icon and name, and as you can notice, every widget displays the specific type. So whether it's a heading, or an image, a button, or any kind of custom widget from plugins like dynamic content from Elementor. And when you hover over any element in the tree, this is highlighted on your page, so it's much easier to locate it and so to inspect it. When you click on any element, you open its info panel. So first you see that you have the general section, and here you'll see several infos. First of all, there's the element type, so whether it's a widget or a container and so on. Then there's the element ID. Then there's the widget name, which is basically the internal name that Elementor uses, and the category it belongs to. Then there's the second section, where you can see how many times the element appears on the page. Then there's the performance section, which shows the exact execution time for any element to be rendered. This is measured in seconds, so you can quickly identify which widgets take longer to render. And then if you have an element that uses dynamic tags, like in this case, you'll see a dedicated section where you'll see which kind of tag is used. For example, post title, like here, or feature image, or custom ACF fields, and so on. Then we have probably one of the most useful features of Dynamic Inspector, which is the top 10 slowest widgets. To show you how it works, I open a new page over here and I click on the button Top 10 Slowest. And as you can see, there's a list of the elements that take the most time to get rendered. This is pretty useful because you can understand which widget takes the most time to get rendered, and so you can focus on it for better optimization. Each entry has a name and the time required to get rendered, and when you click on them, you get redirected on the element tree, and from here you can click again and the info panel opens and you have all the details. If you're using Dynamic Visibility, then Dynamic Inspector will show which elements are hidden. For example, here in a Visibility page, there's a hidden element, and if I click on this button, it will show that in fact there's the button element that is hidden. So if I click on it, the info panel will open up, and next to it there's the Dynamic Visibility panel. If we click on it, we can see that there are three infos. So the status, confirming that the element is hidden. The mode, so whether it's in show if or hidden if mode. And the conditions, so the conditions that trigger the hidden visibility. If you want to show the button anyway, you can click on this show on page, and as you can see here we can see now the button. If you have more than one element that is hidden, we can also click on this show all button. And this is perfect for debugging visibility rules without having to change your conditions. Then there's the search feature that lets you to quickly find any widget by name. You just need to go over here and you start typing any element. And as you can see, the tree filters only the matching elements. This is very helpful in those pages where there are dozens, if not hundreds of widgets. You then can click on it, and as you can see, there's the button Edit with Elementor. So if you click it, you get redirected to Elementor page where you can edit your element. And finally, there are a few more extra features, like for example, the light mode, dark mode toggle button, or the chance to resize the panel by dragging the edge of it, and the button to expand and collapse the element tree, and obviously the button to close the Dynamic Inspector. And that's Dynamic Inspector for Elementor, your new tool for understanding, debugging, and optimizing Elementor pages. Whether you're troubleshooting layout issues, hunting for performance bottlenecks, or debugging visibility conditions, the inspector gives you instant insight without leaving your front end. We're proud to bring you this tool, born from years of experience with the front-end navigator in dynamic content for Elementor, completely rebuilt from scratch, and now available for free on WordPress.org. If you're already using dynamic content for Elementor or dynamic visibility, you'll get even deeper integration. The inspector shows you exactly which conditions are hiding your elements and why. So head over to WordPress.org, search for Dynamic Inspector for Elementor and install it today. I hope you found this video helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the future Elementor tutorials. And if you want even more power, check out Dynamic Content for Elementor at Dynamic. See you next video.